Just when we thought things were getting better in our industry, we are now 2/3 into the month of August, and the numbers are not looking good in any one of the divisions. Not the dry van division, not the flatbed division, and not the reefer division. So in this video, we're going to talk about the national average rate per mile, both in the van, reefer, and flatbed division. We're going to also talk about two articles, one big bankruptcy that just happened, and a second one, something that happened to the owner of a trucking company. Two really interesting articles, so let's get into it. All right, so let's talk about the national average for the rate per mile in the van division. Here we have in May and June and July, the numbers were slowly coming up every single month. In the last 3 months, they were going up. $2.02 per mile for May. Then June came in at 206. July came in at 206, and we thought we might have another uptick in August. Now, August, you can see here that the national average for rate per mile is $2.02 per mile. Not so good for August. It actually feels that it's a little bit lower than $2.02 per mile, and the reason for that is because there is a lot of capacity in the market, just not enough freight, and that's why you can see that these numbers are slowly going down. Now, the exact same thing is happening in the reefer division. So May, June, and July, they were all at 242, 244, and then again 244, and now in August it went down to 240. You can see that the reefer division was very stable in the months of May, June, and July, and then August we now are at a downtick, and the produce season is kind of finishing up. Flatbed division, the exact same thing. I mean, was a very stable market over the last 4 months. It did not have any fluctuations. May, June, and July, you can see here 252, 251, 247, and now in August 244. I think these numbers might even come down a little bit more. You got your market update for national average freight rates. Now it's time to talk about these two articles. Number one, we're going to talk about the owner of a trucking company that pleads guilty for falsifying logs in a mortar crash. So basically what happened is owner of a company allowed the driver, or the driver falsified the driver's logs. When they falsified the driver's logs, there was a collision. The collision happened in 2019 involving one of the company's vehicles, and 7 motorcyclists died in the accident in Randolph, New Hampshire. The owner of the trucking company pleads guilty for falsifying logs for the truck driver. Now, he's going to get sentenced. He is scheduled to be sentenced in November and faces up to 15 years in prison and a $30,000 fine. Forget the fine, the 15 years in prison. I actually think it's going to come in at around 6 or 7 years he's going to get sentenced for. Guys, trucking does not pay that well to take a burden like this on yourself. So do not falsify. I mean, yes, it's nice. I mean, you're making a little bit more money here, a little bit more money there. Everything's great when you're getting away with it. But one day, that bubble is going to burst, and God forbid you're going to be in the same situation as this owner and this truck driver. The second article we're going to talk about is the refrigerated carrier A&A Express closes down in South Dakota. 111 jobs, including 85 truck drivers. This company, A&A, is starting to shut down, slowly cease its operation. It's not filing for bankruptcy. It's not filing for protection. It's just winding down its operation. So the company has notified drivers and office personnel via email that the facility was shuttering operations on Friday and would be routing drivers to the yard and then home after they deliver their loads. They are out of Brandon, South Dakota. So this is probably the 7th company that has shut down in the month of August, and the reason for that is the low freight rates and stranded cash flow. Hopefully you got a market update today. I'm Ronen, and I'll catch you in my next video.